Greetings, Southern Cameroonians. Greetings to everyone. Please, if you're joining, make we do the favor to share. And I beg I should share all those them way that the busy comment on my page. I like when I did live, so make we come. So if you talk, may I see when I comment them. Yeah. I like when I did live, so make all when I come. I hope see my volume they good. I realize and say mostly when I'm live, I don't see people. And then when I drop a post, I see people come in, come comment. So I like when I did live, make most of una come. So we talk. I realize and say most people, most activists, whether they follow this revolution, una know they get even 1 minute for think about the revolution. Una know they get 1 minute for strategize. I realized and today from my post where I just post about the form of Southern Cameroon state, and I realized I see many comments that come for day. And before we could go forward, I could just try for look some of the comments them way they drop in for the post, but more they go on to build the audience. I would like to read some of the comments them, and then I go understand say La Republic really be faster than we, more faster. Ambazonian and Southern Cameroonians, they be too emotional. Yeah, wanna be very emotional, and we are not critical thinkers. And I see over John book them where they don't study white, I must say Western education. They come for my post, and I go read you some of the comments them, and I go call names. I go just read the comment before I broke them for down. We don't talk before for this revolution say, me Prince J, I'm an activist, but God bless me. I'm not the most clever person in Southern Cameroon or the most educated, but I like talking with old people. Old people where they perceive. If you see my most videos, them way when I come out I talk, and why La Republic mostly like to attack my videos is because I play the game of this revolution from my draft board. Yeah, most of you activists, what I see in this revolution is we just pick topics which are hot on Facebook, we come on, we post, and then we share, we talk, we want people to follow. No. Most of you don't even have time to sit down and ask yourself or sit down and digest the revolution. Let me tell you that La Republic follows most of my videos more than even Southern Cameroonians, and they even take what I say and put it in practice more than even our interim government. I will tell you that. And I'll give you one proof. Yesterday, after this incident of the chief, which they died, one of my fathers, one person called me and said, Prince, I once told you that when you do your live show, you might have 300 people. But those majority of the people who follow your live show are those which when you're offline, they come and they watch your live show. I'm sorry, I cannot see no comments. Yeah, I'm sorry, I cannot see none of the comments. But don't bother. When I'm done reading these comments, which I put on the post, I will go back and I will use my iPad to look your comments. So please, let's build the audience. And please invite everybody. As you're joining, please like the page and share the video. Just like yesterday, when I was about coming live, I said it here that most people in this revolution, especially those which are very sentimental, they are easy to insult without even reasoning. They are very easy. That means when you put up a post like a write-up, they are very, very fast to come up, insult, call you tribalistic, call you this, but they never get 1 minute to reason. Southern Cameroonians, they are very, very backward when it comes to reasoning. Very backward. They reason very archaic. I'm sorry to say it. Yeah, but in a revolution where we are, you need to deal with smart thinkers, people who think. Now, yesterday when I was talking with that father said, your people don't follow you. Your people don't hear what you say. Those which you are with over in the diaspora, they don't follow you. But La Republic, and those on Ground Zero follow you well on YouTube. He said, I made a video in 2017. It did not even come to my attention. I made a video which I was saying federation will never happen in Southern Cameroon in that video. And in that video, I said that if we want to win this revolution, we should start reinstating, we should start bringing back what our forefathers, our ancestors had, what they set in place before La République came to destroy it. And in that my video in 2017 is still on my Facebook. I talked about the House of Chiefs. I said if we want the revolution to go forward, I gave an advice. I said let the interim government by then do a secret WhatsApp, send people secretly to meet chiefs. For example, the chiefs, our chiefs, most are supporting our restoration fighters secretly from the background. I said, if we want to do, let's get to meet those chiefs secretly because the House of Chiefs is an important tool. It was neglected. But most Southern Cameroonians don't know that a revolution is a game of interest. Most of you don't know. A revolution, it's a game of interest. And in every revolution you fight, you must give and you must take. La République picked up that video and immediately they realized that if the chiefs in Southern Cameroon have to come together, the La République form of government has been destroyed. Immediately from that video, that's what the elder man was telling me. He said, your people are very sleep, they are sleeping. They don't work on the chessboard. They don't do no strategic thinking. They just think it's about going to shoot, attacking the military. Nobody is even playing the draft board to buy the people, to convince the people. Nobody. And they cannot give the people protection, but they cannot play the game. Now, La République has, you see this year, ask yourself that why did La République push the chiefs to vote? Why? Why did La République push the chiefs to vote, which today we are attacking the chiefs? Because La République knew that the chiefs played an important role back in the British form of government, which today they have turned the chiefs to rags, which they clean the floor, to nobody. I call them sacrificial lamb. They realize that if they don't make the chiefs feel important, if the chiefs feel they are neglected and weigh in their power in this revolution, it will become a very big havoc. Because the British used the chiefs. That's why you see in this election, a presidential decree came out and said the chiefs, the House of Chiefs should be formed. But the interim government never thought this because none of us think. We only think that, oh, Ambazonia has to be free. When Ambazonia is free, everything will be put in place. No. Before victory is gotten in every war, there is a game of interest, if you don't know that. Before victory is gotten in any war, even before we Southern Cameroonians win, there are people which will bargain for our minerals before you win. That's the truth. And I see most of you are very naive. You are easily to draw conclusions, call people La République. Let me read some comments. When I post because yesterday, after I finished my live show, I was busy thinking. I've always told you I have my revolutionary books. This is one of my books. When I finish, when I see things happening, I go back, I watch the draft board, how things are playing. Yesterday, when I finished my live show, I was busy sitting down and thinking. Because I know that the draft button that La République has pushed, it's a one that we must be very smart to reverse it. I've been always coming up on my live shows. I always like to tell you guys about what they call the game which they used to play, the draft game. I always tell you, most of we in Southern Cameroon revolution, we follow the revolution just with our hearts. But political scientists of La République are busy with their draft board. I always like to show you guys this key part. I said every step we take, immediately we move a step, La République call their own political scientists and they sit and they put a draft back. They try to draft and see what button they will push next. But most of you, especially the activists, you guys don't even think. Ask yourself that why is it that of recently Southern Cameroonians, they have started pushing them into the system of La Republic government. Why? Because they know it's an interest game. Of recent, the head of the Cameroonian Musician Association, first in history, is a Southern Cameroonian. It has never been. It has never been. The first in history for the person who controls music in in Cameroon is a Southern Cameroonian. They are pushing their button. But if you see, most of you do is you don't think. When somebody comes up and brings an ideology and push something forward, the first thing is you guys go and use xenophobic attacks. Now, let me say what I posted today. This is what I posted today. I said, Southern Cameroon's Ambazonia shall be a federated state with 2 parliaments, which both parliaments will unanimously elect 1 president, with both parliaments having a presidential term. This would destroy tribalism, and unity will be introduced, since both parliaments must always come together to elect a president. And then here the comments, those who come on, why will you always have problems? Why Fidelis says we will always have this problem provided we move from liberation to policy making and governance. Kemi Ashu, my Amber Queen, said the state of Ambazonia has a constitution defining the form of state, and if there is any ratification to be made, it will be debated in the parliament and agreed upon by elected officials. For now, no activist will decide the form of state. I laughed. It's good as at one point. You go on there, you see further comments. I was coming back from work and I was laughing. But let me tell you this. Based on this revolution now and what has happened, if we have to get the victory we need, the form of the state has to be defined based on the interest. Based on what we call the interest of everyone in Southern Cameroon. Let me tell you why we have many black legs. We have many black legs because they feel their interests are not in this revolution. We insult everybody, we don't convince none. Now, do you know why people like Ayabacho and the others, they don't join, they have not come under their county? It's interest. Ayabacho knows that those who win from the interim government, their interest will be high when we have victory. Do you know why the international government and other countries like China tell the international government that if Southern Cameroon has to be free, Southern Cameroon will be like South Sudan? Do you know why? It's because of interests. And this interest, nobody, all of us have never defined it. Most of you, we all started fighting this revolution without making rules. And that's the same problem that destroyed FACO. We started, let me tell you, before you fight a revolution, you must define the interest of that revolution. But most of you don't know. Before you fight a revolution, you define the interest of the revolution. Now, you find that most people have used the revolution as a means to define their own interest because the interim government has not defined the interest. While others are defining their interest in the military way, for example, if you find somebody like Hingfu, he's preparing his boys, getting ready with his boys. If you find somebody like what Fombat is doing, Fombat is getting ready his own boys with the materials which FACO people bought. If you find Ayabacho is getting ready his own boys. Now, the diplomatic world knows that Ambazonians don't even think of distributing interest to make everybody, because when you distribute interest, you kill self-interested people. When you distribute interest, you kill self-interested people. And that's what La République is struggling to do to destroy us. For example, they made Atanganji Minister of Territorial Administration for the interest to destroy Southern Cameroons. They have been giving Southern Cameroonians positions and goods for the interest to destroy Southern Cameroon. Now, what can you do to make sure that every Southern Cameroonians think in the right direction? What can you do? What can you do? Now is to define a global interest. Defining a global interest is in the form of the states of Southern Cameroon. That's it. It's not about tribalism. It's not about graphy, as some of you are putting it, or northwest or southwest. No. It's about making everybody, even the black leg, know that this revolution, he has something to benefit. And that's where the interim government and many of us fail. Defining the interest of a revolution doesn't mean you are creating tribalism. When you have an enemy like La République that has destroyed you for 50 years, you don't win a revolution like strolling to the park. You captivate people with things. We are very good in captivating diplomatic people with things, selling our resources to diplomatic people. But we are not captivative enough in getting the interest of our own people that can come together and make Southern Cameroon great. You see, let me say if it was a diplomat that made the post I made today, most of you will reason different. You think, why do people like Bala, Fontaine, and the others talk of federation? Is to define interest. Now, let me go into details of the matter, and let me bring out what I sat down yesterday and I thought of, and I will propose it to the interim government. The war of Southern Cameroon now is a war of interest. There are people which are hypocrites, and they have not said it. They are even in the interim government, in the counties, they have not said it. That most of them, they are fighting the war. They will not say it, but it's for interest. I've been in this revolution for long, and I can tell you that. If you look somebody like Dr. Akwanga, if you look somebody like Ayabacho, if you look somebody like all of the others, they are fighting for interest. If you ask yourself why there are many groups in the bushes, why Southern Cameroon, we cannot come together to fight, everybody is for interest. Now, if you want to kill this interest, it's by making those who feel they are not represented to be represented. That's why I said get 2 parliaments. Because after the death of those chiefs yesterday, definitely, it's not by being hypocrisy, it's not by anything. The people of Fako definitely feel their interest is not in the revolution. Not only the people of Fako, there are many other individuals. But now, if you define the form of the state of Southern Cameroon to be based on the interest of every Southern Cameroonian, not about county by county, no. That means you draft a well-structured federated state and send it to the United Nations. A well-structured federated state and send it to the United Nations. That this is what our country will look like. Which before you want to do it, every single Southern Cameroonian knows that this is what we will get after this independence. Many people are against this independence, or many people, some, let me not say some, I mean many, because majority now therefore. Some people are against this independence because they don't see what benefits them, especially those in parliament, especially those in the government. And now, if their interest, this could be different if majority of those who, the minority of those who are in parliament, our guns could destroy that interest. But for your own knowledge, our guns cannot destroy the interest of those in parliament. Do you know why? Because our guns already have interest. I don't know if you're getting me. This is why I made that post today. Let me be reading some comments on that. Let me load the volume. Our guns cannot destroy the interest because the guns are already on interest. But if you define the interests, if you define the interest of, no, not El Clasico today. I really want to talk on this because it's very important. It's very important. This revolution is like a draft board. If you go all around on Facebook, if you follow the post, which people post, they mostly talk about this war. They talk about they killed the phone here. This one is not. How we sure this thing is benefiting us from FACO? How we sure this one is benefiting us? Do you know why all this come up? It's because of interest. It's because of interest. That's why I said if we can have two parliaments, this was the main basic of my post. Two parliaments, one from the coastal regions. The two parliaments is not that Southern Cameroon is not united. No. The two parliament is bent on destroying the tribalism, is bent on destroying the divide and rule. Not that you cannot wake up one day and destroy a sickness that has been existing in you for 50 years. You cannot. You can never wake up a single day and destroy a seed that has been us for 50 years. Despite how we pretend, La République has destroyed us for 50 years. Everybody in Southern Cameroon, we are only just few. We are just few that are fighting this war with no interest. I will tell you today, and I can give you many evidence. If they want to say inside this revolution, people who are fighting this revolution, people who are fighting this revolution without interest, if they want to call, I will tell you that they are not up to 30. Who are fighting, that means people who are in this revolution and they are fighting this revolution, I will tell you they are not up to 30. There are many people in this revolution that have already sold interest. Now, how do you kill this interest? It's by giving the interest to the population. And how do you do it? I propose this because when this revolution started, I read something of the constitution that said Ambazonia will be a federated state. And this, after yesterday night, this word came to my mind: to destroy tribalism, to destroy hatred, to destroy self-interested people, and to make Ambazonia one and united. This is what came to my head, and I will explain it to you now. To destroy all this, which La République is struggling to sow. Now, the first is those from the coastal land. The French has made them know those from the grassland will overrule them. And this has not only remained in the brain, certain actions in the revolution has made it come to reality. For example, the untimely death of the chiefs of FACO and the release of the phone on Saw. You can pretend, we can pretend. You know one thing about life, don't pretend when reality is taking place as if you don't see it. No, that's the one bad thing about life. When something happens and you know this is detriment to your health, for example, if a nail pierces you under your leg and you know that nail will give you tetanus, don't behave like you didn't see it. Because if you behave, in the next 4 days, you become a corpse. This is what happens to Southern Cameroonians. When certain things happen, they quickly override it. No. They say, forget, that thing will not do anything. They quickly say, master, forget. But the same thing comes over after some few years to haunt them. When something happens, if you have a wound, make sure you find a solution to cure that wound before it becomes a sore. Make sure. I said this with the chiefs. And today, La République is using the chiefs against us instead of us to use the chiefs. And I'll still give it my own analysis today as an activist, as a motivational speaker. Now, for the fact that La République has used the doctrine of divide and rule for 50 years and self-interest, to kill it, you have to use a gradual process. How do you use a gradual process to kill what La République has put in place? This is what we need to do. I saw from the comments, some people said, no, Prince Jeka, after the war, then we will determine. It's a fat lie. Before this war end, there are people in this war which French will buy them for their interest to make sure that even Southern Cameroon is independent. French can tap oil. There are people in this war. And do you know who are those people? They are like the ADF, the AMF, and which the interim government has not had the power to overshadow them. They are growing every day and night. They are looking for their own people. They are promising people positions. They are promising people places if they win. Now, these people, you cannot run away from them because they are Southern Cameroonians by birth, and you cannot refuse it. Which, if Southern Cameroons exist tomorrow, they have the right to manifest their interest. But you can kill the interest now by making sure everything is divided, division of labor. Now, if you come up and say, we have two parliaments, if we win this war, we are going to have two parliaments. One will be from the coastal region and one from the grassland. The coastal region will be represented in their counties, like we already have. You have the Fako, you have the Meme, you have the Lebi-Alem, and you have the Manu County. They will be represented in the Kupe Maningba. They will be represented in the coastal parliament. Then you go up and say, oh, then you have the grassland parliament. In the grassland parliament, you will have the Boyo County, you will have the Momo County, and you will have all these other counties. Then these two parliaments, presidents who come from each of them rotatively. That means if the president of this fourth term come up from the grassland, which the both parliaments will have to vote for that president. Get this. That means if the president of Southern Cameroon has to come from the grassland, both those of the coastal land parliament, those from the grassland parliament will unite together to vote a president. With this way, you have destroyed the indirect rule, the divide and rule, which the French has said. Now, you go to the coastal parliament. The constitution there tells them that for a president to come out from the coastal parliament, that means the people, our brothers from the grassland and those from the coastal land, have to unite to vote a president. You find that at that point, the indirect rule, which has been planted for 50 years, has already been destroyed, because everybody has seen that, oh, if Ambazonia, if Southern Cameroon comes, that means our interests will be kept, because that's what the French has used to destroy us. That's what the French has used to put in tribalism. I'm proposing, Ernest Ndukong, I'm not deciding. Most of you are so very, very, I don't know. I'm proposing to you, and you can hear it and you cannot do it. I'm proposing, I'm not deciding, I'm a nobody. What I proposed for the chief, you guys throwed it in the bush. Today, La Republique is using the chief. I'm not like most of you who just come and take things and post. If you see me, I don't post anyhow. I sit and I talk with fathers, and we try to see when situations come up. Why I'm talking this on this live show is after the recent happenings and the calamity that fall in Amazonia with the death of those chiefs, and which people are asking if their interest is preserved, what they will gain in this revolution. That's why you see me coming up with this. So when some of you come up on a live show, I'm not a King Kong. I did not get master's degree. I did not get PhD like most of you have. But I've been waiting to see how some of you could use your PhD to even help the war, which has been killing our people. None of you have used it. All of you, your doctorate degrees to come online and talk trash. Even to make one paracetamol, most of you cannot. When people take their time, and sit down and they're giving what they think will kill certain ideologies, you guys need to pick it out. I said you can pick it out and you can throw it in the bush. But I bet you someday, most of you will regret what I'm telling you now. Because in everything, I've realized that even most of you who comment here, Even most of you who comment here, if you go behind, you have interest. Yeah, I've moved around. In this revolution, there are groups and groups behind. I will not tell you many things. I've always said, most of you always doubt me. I've proved you time upon time on Merciful Truth that the people who even fight for more interest in this revolution are not even those from the coastal, are those from the grassland. That's the bitter truth. But you know one thing about you guys see truth like it should not be spoken in the open. Most of you see truth like it pierces like a knife. But a wise man picks up truth and take it wisely and try to use it in the future. But I've realized one thing with Southern Cameroonians. When you bring them truth of things that will help them grow, they instead see it like you are tribalistic. No, you are this. No, you are that. No. Now, if I read on the comment, somebody say, Prince, but it's not time to speak divisive language. There is nothing like divisive language. There is no divisive language when it comes to a form of a state. America, which you all are in, is made up of 50 states. Are they divided? They call it the United States of America. Each state has its own Congress. Each state has its own parliament. Are they divided? No. Because they present the interest of everybody. That is how life is. You can never pretend. And most of you who pretend are those who commit very dirty things in the background. And that's the thing that is killing Southern Cameroons. That's what is killing. And that's what the Republic is taking advantage of. Because most of you come online, you pretend. You don't want to say the truth. Go to America. America is made up of 60 states. And in that state, what America is trying to do is to preserve interest. Now, preserving interest of a people gives the people the power to die for their interest. Let me tell you, when you make somebody know the interest, let me tell you why you see our fighters on the ground, they will never give up. You know why fighters on the ground, they will not give up? Because they know their gun is their interest. They know say their gun are their interest. Before you want to take their gun, you get to determine their life before you take their gun. Now, those who are preserving groups here and supporting those fighters, they know those fighters down there are their interest. In every revolution, there is interest. No matter how you pretend, that's the thing that has been killing this revolution. Now, taking the interest from the wrong people and giving it to the right people is a tactics to win the revolution. For example, the parliamentarians, the senators who are from Southern Cameroon, most of them, they will never stand for the revolution because they don't know, we have not defined their interest. Do we know how some of them got there? But they could help us. We might like finances in this revolution because we have not defined interest. That's the simple truth. Now, there are people who are defining the interest of Southern Cameroon in the background. Why should it be that? Now, defining the interest of Saudi, for example, I would like to touch every part. Seseku was appointing diplomats of Southern Cameroon as white people. You think he did not define? Most of you are thinking diplomatic doors will be open. They're already defining the interest. Now, it's simple to define that interest with your own people. That's why you see me. I've always told most of you, I like the Biafran style. Yesterday when I left this thing, I sat down and I thought and I was thinking. And I asked myself, how did Nnamdi Kanu is able to pull? Have you seen the videos of those youths? How was Nnamdi Kanu able to pull all those youths? He defined their interests. If you ask a Biafran that, what is his ideology, how Biafra will be? The Biafran, even here in the diaspora, will tell you, if Biafran has to be free, it will be like Japan. He has defined their interest. If Biafra has to be, the youth will not lack work. And they're already seen it. If Biafra has to be, you will not be able to work on it. He has defined their interest. Now, if Biafra has to be, in every state, there will be this, and this. He's defining their interest. He's defining their interest. Now, you have seen thousands of young people. They are already gone. Now, even those in the diaspora who do their business, they already know if Biafra has to exist, their people will not die like fowl. He has defined their interest. Now, if you come to Ambazonia, We started fighting this war. Nobody defined our interest. Nobody. People just picked up, oh, Southern Cameroon has to be free. Southern Cameroon has to be free. Yeah, it is good. But before Southern Cameroon becomes free, the enemy, La République, had sown a seed of deceit, a seed of divide and rule, a seed of personal interest. Have you killed that seed? No. You haven't killed that seed. You haven't looked for solutions. You only come like you are doing activism. Oh, we killed 2 military. Oh, we shoot 1 armored car. No. There is more. Very deadly. It's in the brain. That's what I told you. There are 3 wars you fight in a war. Please, if you're joining, share. Especially those who are commenting on my page. All those activists. Ewuchemba, Nelson, Kemi. I want them to come. I've seen that most of you just go and post and post. I'm sorry, they're doing a good job. But as an activist, you need to sit down and digest. You look the future of the revolution. Most of you don't look it. The Frenchman is sitting beside and looking. How can I stop these people? Poop. Let me tell you what the French are doing. When we are going, they only sit and say, okay, how can I stop these people? The first try, military intimidation of fear. They are bringing armor cars. Pa, pa. Your people are in the ground. They are snapping those armor cars. See them coming. You know what is the meaning of armor car? The armor car is not shot 1 bullet. But do you know what's the meaning of an armor car? Psychologically, is fear of death. Let's remember history. How was the French able, I don't know if it's the French or the German, able to take us for colony? Do you remember they anchored a gunboat? I've forgotten the name in history, they call that gunboat. They anchored a wonderful gunboat in the water and everybody was scared. That is the same way. Then now the military are coming to show you it's putting fear into you. It's interest. Now they go, they look, they say, oh, we have done wrong. The chiefs, we have made the chiefs to become boy. The deals are under the chiefs. So we need to make the chiefs feel a little. Let's create a house of chiefs. And that's what I've been saying it here. Oh, from today the chiefs will start voting. It's interest because they know the British use the chiefs to rule you. And if the chiefs feel very important, they will abandon the revolution. And this revolution can never be won without chiefs. Let me tell you. The chiefs have a say. Even with the guns. Even on the negotiation table. When we go to the negotiation table, as we are saying, oh, we want negotiation. If the British man comes on that table, he will go back to the people he used to administer us. Who are those? Let me ask all of you. If the British man, we are talking, oh, negotiations, we want negotiations. No, it's not you guys are too emotional. You see this other one, Abong Johnny, your message is causing more division. There is no division. Southern Cameroons, we are united. We are united for good. But the simple thing there is to make those who are enablers understand that every Southern Cameroonian will benefit from this revolution at the end. It's not something about division. It's not something about divisive. When I read the comments, some of you are very emotional. That's it. You are very emotional. There is nothing divisive. There is nothing divisive. You feel that why some of the youth are just reluctant. In every revolution, you define and make people know what the benefits. We are patriots. Yes, we benefit in a free Southern Cameroon. But there are some people who are sitting down. And those are the people French is using. A point of interest is not division. It's not tribalism. It's a point of interest, if you are well defined it, is what destroys tribalism. Huh? Let me read the comment. Somebody said, what is hindering us? I will continue back. He said, what is hindering us from reaching Boya despite the war draft? Now, let me give you my own perspective of what I think is slowing us down from winning this war despite the war draft. Do you know what's slowing us down? Individual interest. The interim government is willing to deliver, but not all Southern Cameroonians as spiritual fighters. That's why you see me, I'm talking here now. That's why I used to say, if this war be a Biafra war, Biafra for don't win. The war draft is there. The money is there. But if you call somebody on the ground, you say, oh, my brother, I want to make you do me this thing, do this thing. That person will say, no, my brother. If I die, you no go look on my family. If I die, this thing no go happen. Those are interest clashes. Points of interest. Points of interest. It's not tribalism. It is reality. And this is what those who destroy this revolution from the background are using. This is it. This is what those who destroy the revolution from the background are using. For example, ask yourself that why upon everything what they talk about Ayabacho, some particular people, they know they see wrong for anything where Ayabacho they do. Ask yourself. Ask yourself, say, no matter all the things where Ayabacho don't do, even the killing of Guzang and everything, some particular people, they know they see any wrong for the way Ayabacho they do. If you ask me, I will tell you why. It's interest. They know with Ayabacho and with what they have done on the background, Ayabacho will preserve their interest. Now, the interim government is a structure, an institution, that is the one that has to come up above every other person. The text of Southern Cameroon after victory is what will make everyone and kill tribalism. The text. I was just talking today based on what I taught yesterday. The text of Southern Cameroon. Many people don't know how Southern Cameroon will look like after, when we win. And you know if it tell me say, mo una go kill monkey, we that man never know which part for the monkey when una kill him, he go get it on. The man never know whether na the hate for the monkey. The man never know whether na the food for the monkey go be on share. It determine the size where you go tell that man for the monkey, whether man go follow you more and go kill that monkey. That's the truth. It determines the size. And that is where we failed. Now, La Republique has discovered that for their 50 years where they don't be for inside Southern Cameroon, they don't make Southern Cameroonian to become self-interested. I will name you Southern Cameroonian will be self-interested. First Southern Cameroonian will be self-interested. We know they for the revolution. One, you get Ni John Frundi. Ni John Frundi has been the chairman of SDF. But road no even day. Road no day. Better road no day for grassland. Better road no day grassland. At one time on a self-interest, people with French don't use along. Another newly French recruit is Barrister Bobala. He don't look am very well. Say what will be my interest? The French don't propose interest. You don't hear a char on a what he do. A NGO, it fly everywhere, they give it award. You don't see talk again, it talking about federation. That's interest. That's interest. The chiefs, maybe then at the last, they remain like nothing. The French realize and say, hey, chiefs, what do we do? Maybe we bring them, make them to make the feast the day for house. Maybe we put the house of chiefs back. That's interest. But the interim government could rise above all that. Might give you how just this to what I tell you, it affect FACO. We start run FACO. Some counties the day we will not get unity because we not define the rules where they govern that county. What happen for FACO now say, as interim government say county. The interim government did not even set rules governing county. No. Or the counties, the ESCO, some of them did not set rules governing county. We just jump up, we come, we start raise money. One time we say, maybe we buy things, buy this. Maybe we buy AK, then buy this. Now people, then she don't for back, they say, hey, Massa, I did work all the work so. If tomorrow now I work this work, this people they can't push me. Master define my interest. The interim government be the shidon, they no be no say, people they be the shidon with bus driver, then be already arranged with bus driver. People they be don't arrange with people that the B has. People that don't arrange with cocoa farmers. Before you want pass with a cocoa farmer, you must drop money for this place. Interim government no be no. I don't know whether they don't know now. It's interest. Now, all this will be stopped when those interests are defined and put in the right place. And that's why I was talking about the form of the state, where people, they start be very emotional. Some people, they start talk, say, Prince Jeka is being tribalistic. No. There are many hypocrites where they inside their county, where they do their interest. Some people, they take money for war draft, where because of, say, they never get line, they don't go invest them for Bitcoin. I know plenty story them. If I chat tell you things, them, you think that they talk for you, I no. But you see some of the activists, they just work. I don't know whether some of them are mumu. I don't tell them, say, activists, we don't benefit nothing from the revolution, but at least let's use our brain to guide the people. Let's use our head to guide the people. People, they don't take money because of, say, they don't know play with the go buy AK, they don't invest them for Bitcoin. Maybe wait after 4 or 5 years, the money go don't increase. Then if no one asks their money, they take the money, they give una back. They use the other one for themselves. Interest. But the form of the state could destroy many things. The form of the state could destroy La Republic interest. It is the biggest draft seed to put. Especially after this chief and what this fund they don't do. It is the biggest. When a fund, a chief, a parliamentarian or a senate, he know say, if he be a ghost fighter for this war, he has a very high interest to gain. My brother, he will not look Bia in the face. Let me tell you, he will not be scared of the military. Ask yourself, say, why he be say Taliban, Boko Haram, and their people they wear bomb, go enter for play where people they bomb them. You feel say they just want die? When I say they just want, they like not die? No. They don't tell them about an interest where they know see that dying and nothing. That is where this war is standing now. And most of una will not think, one hear interest, una not see tribalism. That's the way they don't condition una mind. That's the seed where La Republic don't swam for una for 50 years. Anything where they talk about interest, anything where they talk about where we condition, just like how you see my brother them, Uchemba, my sister Kemi, and the others them with the other BB book, they don't go write me thing, and some of una won't even comment for you. Interest is not divide. Interest is a source of self-motivation. Interest is another way of hope. Interest is another way of belief. Interest is another assurance that you have a guaranteed win at the end. Let me put it that way. That's why I proposed this. And I was proposing, I said, the two parliaments would destroy tribalism. For example, if somebody get to be president for grassland, say, if I get to be president for president for Southern Cameroon, he get for commander for grassland, because for my post, which I be talk for them, I say, if grassland get president this time, the next time will be in a coastal region. These are things where the twinkle people for understand, say, to truly people mean business. You put them, if grassland get president this time, the president rule for 4 years. The next president, he go come up for coastal region, he rule for 4 years. Now, for be smart for inside there, you say, okay, if the president get for come up for grassland, that president get for win at least 70% of a victory from coastal land. It don't destroy tribalism. Because if that man be the look that other people in different way, as he get for go do election, he must go do campaign. He must go do campaign. He must go find that people. He must talk with that people. Tribalism divide and rule don't spoil. But they get to parliament. That's why if you don't know, if some of you she don't, you never ever know which person get for talk. Not be quick for comment. You put and say, if you get for win, if the person for coastal region, that means you return, because now many people not say, oh, if we just get for win the war, so this people they go rule over we, this man go rule over we, this one. No, you can't tell them, say, okay, any man will get own parliament. The coastal people will not get on a parliament. This, before you want to destroy French, you want to destroy something, you must do a small. After the two parliament they serve, when I don't be, you can decide to remove it and live like the way your fathers were living before. But you know if you just come up for ground, or you know if you just plant corn today, Tomorrow you want to go harvest the corn. Enough ever work as so. Frenchman of it destroy divide una for 50 years. You want wake up for one night or after 4 years for revolution. You feel say when you write for under place tribalism, divide and rule, you make some person shame. That means you don't destroy them. That's stupidity. You don't do that. That's insane. It's not by commenting on my page, divide us or whatever. It's by using the tactics. And that is called psychology. Where most of una looking for school, saying a woman subject. Now by using the brain, common sense, now if you destroy with the French, you don't put that away for 50 years. Now what I see me yesterday, I believe she don't think. Because after the death of this chief, where the phone on saw no die, it will be free. It don't cause a psychological blow in the mind of the people. Now, if after 2-3 weeks, the interim government come up, say this is what every Amazonia will benefit if this war has to win. But now so we did not before the one get one person, before China or this Russia they want talk. If you say how they just go talk so. When I say Russia, they just go wake up for inside National Security Council. Just go say, oh, I'm going to support the Southern Cameroon War of Independence, or they go talk in our favor like that. No. They must have sent them a letter conditioning some benefits where they go get. A reparation where they go get after war. It's bargain. If you can do that with Russia, the easiest people to do that are our people back home. Because we're already an independent state. We're already an independent state before the Republic. If you can be doing that with Russia and France, where they go can't move for a minimum, and some people they no go and go surely want fight with them. Why don't you do it with your own people? It's very simple. Because with the people, now the people get a voice. If you condition the mind of the people, may they not say they get things that go benefit them. Any person, even a parliamentarian senator, go and die for this war. Even a parliamentarian or senator, he go be the greatest secret agent for this war, he go and die. Even the colonel, when a Southern Cameroon, even a captain, he go and die. That's why you see yourself, you decide say, they tell say some person don't go explode himself for London. As I say how ISIS do that work. Now the mind, the brain, talk. How man go take phone talk with some person? The person wear bomb, he go enter some place, he go kill himself. They don't condition the mind. They don't condition the brain. That's what you need to do to our people. Psychology is the greatest thing. Conditioning the mind of a people is what makes the person believe that victory is guaranteed. You see that picking the day for ground restoration fighters, they don't condition their mind. They don't condition themselves. That's why you feel here, you know, go yes on one day wake up, he talk say, Fimasha ya mami, no. Or you go here say, Commando ya mami na lie. You hear when Fimasha say, okay, lockdown day, you hear Gabonese speak phone. And this is for Common Black Dog Council speaking on behalf of this in the whole Southern Cameroon. There shall be lockdown. You want hear all they move all your papa. They don't condition their mind. They get one asawana. They get one juju. They get one juju. But if you want hear today, this man they talk so President Sakogo can't talk say this. You want hear Ayabacho, which is small minority and 13 people group. He wake up tomorrow, he talk so. Now because of say they never condition their mind. And this one, they want fight for your own interest for sure say I be King Kong. The way we're asking the interim government be King Kong. But if you go for ground zero, all of the dinner for one juju, one pot. The baba they come up for this side, can't help the baba for this side, go help the boy them for this side. I even talk to the spot for talking for here. The one they get material for this side, get left and say for this side, divide them for this side. You listen to how? Because they don't condition their interests. That is it. So that was the point I want to bring. Because if we condition, if the interim government come up, everybody from Amazonia, the 8 million people, nobody don't know what he will benefit. We just not say Amazonia go be free, then we go boya, then we go start thing for. No. There must be some basic rules, some basic documents where it go be done. If they read them for the people of Amazonia, secretaries can read them. What everybody in this world will benefit. What everybody from counties or LG or whatever will benefit. Then they take that kind of copy. They send a copy to the United Nations to see how a state of Southern Cameroon will start after a war. Because French, they mostly tell the international government, say, we go be like Sudan. When you do that, and every Southern Cameroonian know, and you shall see the people react to that copy with happiness, you don't quench all these self-interested people. You don't quench La Republic. You don't quench everybody. You don't quench the divide and rule. You don't quench everything. And now everybody get one hope. Even the chief, even the lawyer, even the taxi man. If you want to talk for he had the only thing. May I give you one example for Gaddafi before I round up my show. May I give you one example of Gaddafi? Wait to be social media. Social media, somebody say, I'm not giving all my topics on social media. Please, all the thing for talk behind. When I'm giving, I know what I'm putting out. Man, no be picking. You have put and talk behind, not on social media. Not on social media. Talk behind. Divine the boat, I know what I put out here. Let me give you some small this thing. Social media is a platform of activists. They tell you say president get time for pick some people they are called all time. He get a meeting for attend. Ma give una small talk of Gaddafi. You know how Gaddafi can be the best president one they calling him today? Ma teach you now. Gaddafi be do this. He meet people where people they suffer. Now what I today my best leader na Gaddafi. Yes, the best in the whole world na Gaddafi. The best. Gaddafi tell the whole Libyans. Now what I see Libyans and today they be ready for die. After they realize and say they be they fooled where they kill Gaddafi. He tell Libya they say, before I build my mama and my papa house, I go make sure say I build all man for Libya house. That was Gaddafi's word to his people. He told the people, and the people believed. He said, before I build my mother and my family a house, I will build everybody in Libya a house. That is what Gaddafi promised his people. And he kept the word. If you go before Gaddafi be one build in Mami house, Gaddafi build everybody, he build in Mami, everybody for Libya be get the house. Some were not working, they will end the salary. That's why today, you shall say even CNN, they talk and say the highest people that they can't do atrocities for years after Gaddafi died, now Libyans. Because what he promised them, nobody on earth can give them. Just imagine, say you wake up today, you tell all Southern Cameroonians, if everybody get to support this war from your heart, if we win, I build all our houses, education are free, water are free. Do you know what you don't do? You take that text, you write them, you send them for a United Nations. You draft all the benefits. You know what you don't do? Some man there for inside Southern Cameroon, they stay in Avogota. Some man there for inside Southern Cameroon, we no get chop, enough it chop. Some man there for Southern Cameroon, we not that man go decide make it just die, makes other person inherit the house. That's war. That's why you see Libya change overnight. That's why I see from the day I studied online and I went and I read about Gaddafi and I noticed that. I said the man was a very smart man. Because you must give before you receive. The man gave to the people. He said, before I build a house for my mother or my family, every citizen of Libya must be in a house. And he completed the word. The mother and the father were in a small trash. And he bet Libya before thinking of removing the mom, and they died from where they were. That's where they call interest. Maybe I've used parliament because most of you, even when you put message, nobody is able to declare. They just look like, no, none of them be able to declassify. Those are things where it destroys self-interest. There are things that when you put them out, and that's why I say the interim government must be strategic. They must be thinking, not meetings. No. La Republic, they get strategists. They think, what is the next move? What should we do? There are things then they way, if you come out as I talk, ADF go balance today. If you come out as I can talk, people for Saudi Cameroon go finish. Then you want to do, you make sure say, you that in message, get for be busted. That message get for go. You get for contact medias then. Get for contact IT specialist. Make sure say that message. Any person for inside the well, WhatsApp, may they be able to receive that message. You understand? This is just the ideology I was bringing up in that parliament. And that's why I said, with the death, the calamity, because it's a calamity that's before us, which is the advantage of the enemy. With that calamity way before we, if we all have to be wise to unite back as a people, let's redefine the interest. Let's be very frank. If I ask some of you here, you guys say, can we say there's a constitution? If I ask some of you here, even me as an activist, I'm just doing it for my people. I think on basis, on daily basis. But if I ask most people, they ask themselves, if you ask 100 Southern Cameroon for ground, even though they respect the ghost stand, they go tell you, say, Prince man, someone defy this team, man don't know which man go gain at the end. That's the truth. You will never, those are things. You hear even the fighter. Ma give you an example. That fighter for Bali, for this video, ma show on the video. That fighter for Bali for this video. When I hear what you tell that mama they know, yeah. What's that video they were pin up here? See, this fighter. When I remember this fighter, when I remember what he tell that mama they know, he said because of that mama they know they pay water bill and light bill. How you expect say when mama know they pay water bill and light bill, you know go respect goes down? How? How do you think if some mommy dey for ground, you know they pay water bill, you know they pay light bill, you know go respect goes down? This fighter so, na so he tell that mama them. He say because of we don't make una know they pay water bill, una know they pay light bill. Tell me say that's interest. If some mommy dey for house where you know say country hard, you know they pay water bill, you know they pay light bill. Tell me how that mama, you know go respect goes down. Those are the things that we talk last time. I said we did for war. Those are the targets the war get for put. For make our people's interest up. Those are the things that they destroy tribalism. Those are the things that they destroy those divide and rule tactics. Just imagine say, for inside Fako, everybody for Boya Capital, everybody for Victoria, everybody for Kumba, no they pay light, no they pay water. Just imagine. Do you know the boast of hopes we don't give for the people? Those are things we destroy tribalism. Maybe I don't use only parliament. People that they look and say, oh, parliament, this and that to divide me. No. Those are things we destroy tribalism. And now why do you see that fighter immediately pronounce him? You don't hear all this while Bali goes down everywhere. He tell that mama them. He said, because of me, una know they pay water, una know they pay light. Because of me. No electricity man they come from a door for can't give bill. Those are points of interest. Because if we are mommy then they for ground, they still say, oh, I fight this war, I know they pay light bill, I know they pay water. That mommy go be very happy. Those are small points of interest. Before I even come for that parliament. Those are small points of interest. You see, among Johnny say nobody play lights. But for inside the Saudi zone, people they pay light. So you see, I said that's where you have to go. And let me tell you, Southern Cameroonians, they like equality. Let me tell you. La Republic can do whatever, but when it comes to we, from the coastal and the grassland, we like equality. Get that today. That's why even those who study common law, they teach them equity. We in Southern Cameroon, we like equality. Now, why do you say immediately that chief for this thing die? You hear they compare with some chief for La Republic? No. They compare with chief now for grassland. They say 3 don't die for this side. What? That's equality. And if Southern Cameroon has to be independent, has to be a good state, it has to be based on equality. That's the simple truth. If Southern Cameroon will not be a state of equality, it shall be more deadly than Sudan. I will tell you the truth. And how do you make Southern Cameroon an equal state? You have to define it now to destroy all these dirty small interests of these other groups hiding in the bushes as AMF and ADF and whoever. You have to. How should the interim government? Interim government can never join Ayabacho. Why should they join Ayabacho? Interim government is the people. Ayabacho is a small group. Joanna and Jody. So that's just the point I want you all to think. Because as La Republic sows the seed of divide, we must be able to sow the seed of unity. The seed of divide is already out based on what has happened, because most of you acted with emotions. We must be able to sow the seed of unity. And most of you are unable to sow it because you think so emotional, just like me. Because from the comments I see, most of you, you think, you don't even give 1 minute to think. Yeah, equity is not equality, but equity you think with the heart. And most of the time, when you think with your heart, you are able to judge equally. That's the truth. J.B. Webster. Equity is not equality, but equity is judging with the conscience. And if you have to judge with your conscience, definitely you must make an equitable decision. You could see it with the case of Solomon and the child. One woman said, cut off the child. The woman said, no, better give her the child. He used equity there and judged with his mind and said, no, because you say, let me cut the child. This woman said, no, I should better give you. That means this child is this woman's child. That's equality. And that's how we Southern Cameroonians are. So when you see a post online, don't be quick to come and comment. I've been thinking the whole yesterday of how we can balance it, how we can give the people, how we can give our people hopes, especially those down. Remember, those from the Southern, I don't like using Southern, from the coastal land, they are paying bills and paying light. Some even stay without light, but they pay. Yes, and which it is not. It doesn't have to be like that in this time we are. But the year those from up in the grassland don't pay light. Which, if it has to boost their morale, if they stop paying light, it will be a good thing. So these are small things which destroy tribalism, destroy divide and rule. First, define. There are many, out of 8 million Southern Cameroonians, I could say majority, 90% don't know what they will benefit the constitution of this Southern Cameroon. Majority. And the constitution I've seen, even this interim government, I've not ever heard a constitution from them. I've never. The only constitution I ever saw was the one of Akwanga. The only one I've seen is the one from Akwanga, which he was saying Southern Cameroon shall be a federated state. That's it. Which I don't know if it's from it. That's the 13 counties were formed. I don't know. But it's very good. But to balance it, to kill, because I will still repeat to you, the French has made those from the coastal land to know that if Southern Cameroon will be independent, those from the grassland will rule over them. And you must destroy that ideology before Southern Cameroon is free. Whether they like it or not. That's the bitter truth. Get this one very straight. I'm not hiding behind whether you call me tribalism or whatever. But this is the merciful truth I'm telling you. The Frenchman has made those from the coastal region to know that if Southern Cameroon's Ambazonia will be free, those from the grassland will rule over them, just like they did. So if you have to win this war, you have to make those from the coastal land think that if we win this war, we will be as one. They will have their own rights, and those up there will have their own rights. That's why you saw me abroad 2 parliaments. So if you like, you go up and you call me tribalism. I'm telling you the direct narratives. If you like, you go under and go and hide it and say, no, Prince Jeka is preaching divide. I'm not preaching divide. I'm telling you the divide that has existed for 50 years. Which happened after Frontier. So get that. I'm not the one who preached it. Even Biya said it in Paris that they taught them. But you know, why should they not listen? Have we not been part for French for 50 years? Ernest Dukong. We have been part for French for 50 years. Why would they not listen? It's now the independence started. It's now the independence struggle started. For 50 years, we have been living under the virus of the French. And I'm telling you, the virus they used immediately after Ndeli, a French won over Ndeli, and they succeeded in destroying the House of Chiefs and succeeded in destroying everything that existed in Southern Cameroon. Then they brought this tendency. That's where the name Graphie Bakweri came from. Me, I talk with my old people. Most of the activists, you don't see me post a lot, but you see me when I have my live show, I talk. This kind of Heve Kemini, I don't talk with that kind. The name sound French. Change your name, put it to a Southern Cameroonian name. Then you ask me question, please. I don't respond to that French name. There's no Southern Cameroonian by name Heve Kemini. So that's where you see me, I started thinking. Because if you look, that's the point of interest which the French has used to divide us. So we must change that narrative. And the interim government has not done that. It's not by creating structures and you must be able to give the people another thought than what the French is giving them. You see, from the chiefs which died, they did not waste. When they called the thoughts out immediately, why is it that 3 of our chiefs are dead and no one has been killed up that way? It is because the Frenchman has made them to know, the Frenchman has told them that if any day you let this so-called Southern Cameroon continue again, know that just like the way Foncha abandoned Ndeli and know they will rule over you. Now to destroy it, you must come up with something captivative. Let the interim government think of that captivative stuff. I will not go more further than this. No, Southern Zone is not weak. I've told you the life is a life of interest. After what happened to Ndeli, which we have been living like brothers, and which was a political victory for Foncha, the people from the Southern Zone had to fight for their own interest. Because, let me explain you how things happened back then in those days. Even though I wasn't living then, but I've always found out to know how things were. Before goods could go to La Republique, when they leave from the grassland, they first come to the coast. They first reach the coast before they go anywhere. That's why you hear the Tico port. You are seeing big ships in the Tico port. Before any goods, you see today is different. Today things just leave from Bamenda up there, just past Bafusam. Who? No. In the days of our fathers, before any bag of potato, cabbage, or anything has to go to any side, it comes first. It comes first to the Southern Zone. Now, with all what French did, most of those from the Southern Zone were thinking that no, now things have changed. We don't have nobody to preserve our interest. So everybody had to start fighting for his own interest, because they know that as the French came, they'll be divided in interest. And that's the position the French used to divide us. Things were no more coming to Victoria. The Tico port was destroyed. The airport was destroyed. Everything was destroyed. So now the French diverted all the interest to Douala, the port in Douala, diverted the capital, everything to Yaoundé. And now we, the both brothers who were living with our own interests, had to start running to Yaoundé and Douala for interest. I hope you're getting me. I want you to understand, so that look, when we were living as Southern Cameroons, both from the coastal land and the grassland, before one bag of potatoes, before one bag of cabbage or whatever has to go to any part, it comes to the coastal region, or maybe goes to Manfi or somewhere else in Southern Cameroon. But when the French came, they destroyed our love and interest that we had. They destroyed our love and interest that we had. They destroyed it. And it made us start running over to the French. That is where you see that problem started from. So if we all have to leave, we have to destroy that problem. We have to make our brothers from the coast to know that no, it's not because 2 chiefs died or 3 chiefs died in Southern Zone and none died in the grassland. That means we cannot live together. We have to make them know that. We have to make them know that it's not because A happened in the coastal land and it doesn't happen this way. You have to make them know that. And when you make them know that, it is from then that hope gets up. Nobody blames nobody. Let me read some of this before I go. Now, thank you, Mama Mary Munyang. The way forward is for the interim government to define interest of every Southern Cameroonian. That's the way forward. I was proposing 2 parliaments so that everybody will know if independence is gotten, their interests will be kept in their parliament before anything is going forward. I was proposing 2 parliaments. That's what I was thinking. It can start now. That was my own proposal. I was proposing 2 parliaments. If a president has to come in, the both parliaments from the grassland and the coastal regions will join and vote 1 president from the coastal region. If it has to be the next time, it has to be from a grassland. Make it like that in a unifying way for the beginning. That's what I was proposing. Yeah. But, but the interim government is at the best position with the Restoration Council to come out and define the interest of the people. Let them know, even an unborn baby should know that if Ambazonia is getting free. Divine Ebo say blood is involved. Yes, blood is still interest, Divine. Blood is interest. Let me ask you, Divine. How can you tell me why all those boys who have been killed, do we know how their families are doing? This is Christmas coming. Do we know how their children are doing? No. And that is where La République goes in. Some of us feel like the revolution is just no. The revolution, you have to wake up and study. All those boys, the way they don't die. Christmas, they come. Now, yesterday, while they talk for Wata Simo will raise small money. Christmas, they come. Most of you will know how that Peking, then they go chop, how they go wear clothes. No. Now, La République, they come to NGOs, them, for go try for make that Peking, they believe, say, now one Cameroon be the best. Yeah. Now for the way La République, they come. So now, it's very easy. The main thing I put up this topic today now because I want us to destroy that divide and rule within we. And how can it be done? For America or for play where they, even if you die, the government they take care of your Pekin till go 18 years. The Pekin they get free school, they get monthly allowance. That's why you see for this Europe or America. Before you want to take some money, Pekin, even of Africa, they find that Pekin bring them. You understand? Even of Africa, they go find that Pekin bring them because them for years they be like alleged to their state. They be alleged to the government. The government protects the interest. Now, if you look at for we, I'm saying this because of certain things that already happen. Divine able to say blood is involved, not interest. Blood is still interest now, Divine. Blood is still interest. Well, let me not go further with this topic. I will leave this video here. And I believe someday, Southern Cameroonians will remember this video. In America where you are, in America where we are, everybody has an interest. Either you have a medical interest, you have an health interest, you have something. You see why Ambazonians are confused. Some people are still moving around, struggling to get their interests, should in case the war ends and it doesn't benefit Saudi and Cameroon. It is the duty of the interim government to look for the interest of the people. We have never ever done it, and I've still come up. This is what will destroy many things La Republic has brought. So, yeah, so man say we don't get country. There's already a Saudi in Cameroon. So you think this war will end where Saudi and Cameroon will be? No, they will. This war can never end without us negotiating. Nicolas Kojo. This war can never bet me out. That's why you see me, I'm an unrepentant revolutionary for this war. This war, no fit ever end. Not be yesterday where I put small post the way I be feel so bad. They already write me from my box, and I will send you link if you want to join us in La Republique. I don't laugh na laugh. I'm an unrepentant Southern Cameroon. I don't care how which people comment. I don't say I already know. I already define Southern Cameroon. Even though sometimes they comment, they go provoke me because I'm human. But I don't already know, so I be very emotional. That one I know. I don't say Southern Cameroonians, they like me just they talk sweet, sweet, sweet. No, they don't like anything will be counteractive. No. Yeah. I've already experienced that. In 2017, before I could counteract Tapang, it took me years. Almost 1 year before Patterson come out. I get all insult. They take my picture, they put a red cross for my head, they put them for Facebook. I've seen everything from Saudi, even yesterday. Yesterday where I put up post where they can't defend a Gabonese way come out from Mumu, they don't can't write under my post tribalism, did this and that. Even today, where I put about 2 parliaments for make everybody, if you say interest, be represented in the revolution. Go under my post, even activists them, where I work with them, they go under, go right and tell me tribalism, this is what will happen, this is this. So it's normal. But when I sit every day in this world, you don't see me post too much. Maybe when I'm free, I mostly sit and I study what is the next step, because that's what French do. What is the next step? If something happens, what is the next move? And that's what helps me to guide me. For the war, I know the war will not end. And that's why I will never take money. It's better I sit back and I remain and I never post. I just be quiet. But I will never say I stopped the revolution. No. I will never say I'm leaving. No. It's better I will just sit quiet in the background. But this revolution, even I'm not there or I'm there, the war will never end. Because the unity of those who are fighting in the ground is more than what is in up here in the diaspora. Yes. The unity. Joan Etase RPG. RPG good, yeah. That's what we are praying for. But it is not yet there. Now, RPG is just the part of the physical war. I told you guys there are 3 wars. You have to win all the 3 wars before you be an independent person. If you lose one, you will never be independent. You can fight for 40 years till you complete the 3 stages of war. There are 3 things that makes you win a war. One, the first, which is the most important, is the physical combat in the field, fighting in the ground. That's the first part. The second is psychological, the brain. The brain is a very strong tool when it concerns war. And in that side, Southern Cameroon, we are 0. I will say it. The brain is not about education, no. The brain is about thinking and strategies. In that side, Southern Cameroon, we are emotional too much. There is no brain. Because even if you put a post that has to make a Southern Cameroonian think, Southern Cameroonian will insult you, tribalism. If you don't come on a live video and come and explain and talk, before you want to see someone even insult you, insult your mother, insult your father, whereas you're not even getting nothing from it. In regards to thinking, that is where La Republique did a very bad thing to Southern Cameroon. They made psychology, for us to see psychology was a female subject, Whereas psychology is the study that helps you to think, just like philosophy. But instead, people were seeing biochem maths, further maths, whereas we don't even have hospitals. We don't even have chemistry laboratories, modernized medical laboratories to fabricate medicine. We don't have all that. Children were still like studying science and them calling them that they are doing AS, this was the best. But the small minor thing was neglected from all of you, which is the study of thought, psychology, and philosophy. So now it makes all of us, nobody thinks. When you put a post that people have to think, they will blast you and insult you. Nobody will be able to analyze it. So you see? But I believe that everything will go well. Then the third is information. With information war, we are good. We are on top of the game. We beat La Republic. Now, while you see the war is going, we are 1.5 to victory. We are winning La Republic on information war because most of us, 21, we are on social media. We are on CNN. We follow the news. We are everywhere. Any small news about Southern Cameroon is out. Informational war, we are on top. We are beating La Republic. That one. If it's information war, we are on top. Psychological war, we are defeated, down. Fight, La Republic is beating us. If we have to give a percentage rate for information war, Southern Cameroons, we are 70, La Republic is 30 for the information war. Information war is about posting things on social media and informing the international world and everything. We are top because we have the Ambazonia Genocidal Library. We have many other things. We have good people who come online like Secretary Chris who are doing a great job. You have a Pabo Habet, you have Barrister Fru, you have my fellow great comrade Abdul Karim. If it's information war, we are up. Now, if it's physical battle on the ground, yes, we are 70, La Republic is 30. Because our people, our fighters, their guerrilla tactics has increased. They know what to do. If it's war, 7, but if it's the one of the brain, La Republic beats us 70-30. We don't think. We don't think. And that's one of the most important parts to win. Because if you don't think, you don't strategize, the enemy can use just one thought to destroy us. And that's what happened yesterday. If you see Wonja saying he has resigned, it's thought. Yeah, and even me, if not that I'm strong, God help me, I'm strong, I would have taken my pen to and said I'm off. Or I would have come on Facebook and said anything. No. But when I saw it, I went back to my book and I looked and I said, this is a psychological war. So I need to be very careful. And I looked at the war, I looked it. I said, oh, it's because Fombat is wanting to do a one-man show game. And we have been allowing him, the interim government has been allowing him. Because the fun of Saul was not killed. The people of Saul used their emotions. Now La Republic has used that game. It was a well-drafted game, but most of us did not know. They knew that if the fun of Saul was there, he would be killed. So immediately he voted, they took him away. They know that those in the coastal regions they will be there, nothing. And there will be the trap. So if they take one of them, it's going to be a tribal fight. It was a very well psychological game. And immediately it happened. You have seen the whole social media. It has become now like a tribal issue. Thank God to some people which are fighting it hard. That is the one we are low. And it's still happening every day. If you go to my post, you see it. Yeah, if you go to my post, you will see it. If you go to my post, you will see it. You see as people are coming there, tribalism, divide, it's still in the mind. That's where we need to work. That's why you see me, I'm talking of interest. I think it's a way to destroy the psychological thoughts. That it is here that is lacking now. Here for Southern Cameroonians. If we are taught and our thinking, this is the most greatest part in everything in life. This is the most greatest. That's why you see the people in Europe and America, they are like robots because their government have conditioned them here. Psychologists in Europe and America receive the highest salary because their government have conditioned them here. But the interim government, this is why I'm calling on the interim government. They have not conditioned the people of Southern Cameroon here. And this is where the French have conditioned them. Now you can win the war, fight them in the battlefield, defeat them on Facebook, but when here you have not defeated them, then you are still very back. And that's where most of you are. First of all, if you have to defeat here, you must like the truth. Most of you hate the truth. You must be able to accept things which people say, see a way to it, try to reason, and then see how to bring them to your side. We don't like it. If somebody is not for you, you insult. That's what it is. You don't first try to bring people, talk to somebody before you see how the person is. No, we don't do. So that's where and that's a very great, and the interim government is not helping. I pray they will help. I thank God we activists are there. Even we activists too, some of us don't do. Some of us don't do. Like what happened yesterday, for the activists, all activists, they know, oh, it is over. The revolution will continue. It's a lie. French mercenaries are now going very deep. Did you not see Wonja out? Did you not see Wonja out immediately after the incident happening? Telling the people, our brothers from the grassland who have been with us even before the French came, telling them to leave. Did you not see it? Did you not see it? But you activists, all of us are just sitting here in the diaspora. All is well. All is well. All is well. No. When the Frenchman sees, and there are more mercenaries more than Moja on the ground to cause the divide. It is here. It is in the brain. But the interim government, oh, they have now, none of them has ever woke up and come and say, oh, but this is a very psychological fight. What do we need to do? What do we need to do? Nobody. And that thing can look, oh God, hi Jesus. Today, out of my own small thoughts, I was sitting and thinking the best thing all of them could give me, hey, you are tribalist. This one is the one who bring you down. This is this. But they did not know that the Frenchman has sat down and said, okay, they fight with for bush, will not enter bush. For social media, they did. But we go tell them for you to say for you, what will you think? They are using that. Their mercenaries are now going to FACO, struggling to discourage the people to believe, not to believe in this revolution. Their mercenaries are out. Wonja is busy moving from quarter to quarter, making people not to believe. Now, when I come up with things which I think will even make people's mind understand what is happening, some of you instead come under and write tribalism. But I don't blame some of you. It is the mindset. But to kill tribalism is not by insulting people on Facebook. It's by the thoughts, the brain, educating people. Educating people is what destroys. And that's where we lack. And that's where we lack. If you see why Foncha and Endeli work together, it's because their brains were upright. The French wizard had not come into them. That's why you see part of the Endeli family ran away. Look, all the countries French are. They are all destroyed. The people who work, and the worst thing is, most of the countries, they are drunkards. They drink. They are alcoholic. Because when you are drunk, you cannot fight. Look, most of the countries. Then look the English countries. They develop. Look Ghana. Look all the other English colonies. They are not too good, but they're average. Look the French countries. The only French country that has stood outstanding from all is Rwanda. Burundi, they are drinking like fools. Because it is here. But when we try to bring things that have to deal with the thought, legislative laws are things that deals with the brain. And that's where Ambazonia is lacking. When people try bringing it up, no, you are tribalistic. No, you don't like people. But it is what deals with the brain. No, Prince Cheka, you are bringing divide and rule. But that is what the French use. Laws, things. December now, the Frenchman must have told Bia, make BS free for them to drink and get drunk. BS will be free. People will be winning cocks, winning cover. In which country do you hear the win cocks? Which? Even in Nigeria, which country do you hear the win cocks? It's in Cameroon that you buy one click, you win more than. Which country do you hear the win cocks? Because they know the drunk you are, you cannot fight. But when you bring things that has to deal with the brain neuron. And that's where the interim government has to wake up. All of them there, they have to look for ways in which they have to change the thoughts of Southern Cameroon. That's the power of a government. The power of the government is not only in the battlefield, it's not only about him, it's about how you can change the mindset of the people. Putting something in here, and that's the difficult work. That's why I was proposing my own solution, which some people say I'm tribalist. That's why I was proposing it. So let me leave some of you here today. I'll continue with the topic. I'll try my best. I've always been an educator, even though I not get me master's degree, even first degree I not finish. I've always been a motivational speaker. I'll always continue doing my best. I'm always here for you, my people, and I will try my best till the day Ambazonia is free. For the insult, don't bother. I accept everything. But always remember, we have to think here. Okay? But got to think here. If we think here, then everything will good. Yeah, Fide, it's all here. Wonja could not hold it. La Republic knew, and that's why they instigated it. Wonja could not hold it, and many people cannot hold it. You cannot blame them. It is the power of the government now to re-energize the people. But it's not only the show on Safety Chris TV that will energize the people. No. It's not only show on ABC that will energize the people. There are many other ways. There are many ways which the government had to do to re-energize the people, especially the people from the Southern Zone. So you don't blame nobody. It's now the government has to show its strength. But I pray God will help them. It's now the activists have to do. Make positive write-ups. Post positive things. It's now the work of an activist has to do. Not to come under when somebody proposes something, you come and destroy, go and write dirty comments. And it's now we need to know activists. It's now. They were supposed to come up on shows, bring positive things. Everybody was supposed to be live today. Everybody. But how many people are live? How many people will come live now to change? No, everybody sitting relaxed. It don't pass. The French are busy working as I'm telling you now. May God help us. No. That's where you fail. That's where most of you guys fail. You guys feel like talking and bringing the truth out makes people not to support something. It's a lie. Truth is what makes somebody realize his fault. Most of you feel like coming to Facebook, talking something, is the one that, no. It's the character and negligence, the attitude of people that makes people run away from issues. Not talking up on Facebook, Fide. Not talking up. Not talking up on Facebook. Most of you feel like bringing things on Facebook. Oh, no, it's the mindset. It's the mindset. Now, even those in the interim government, there are people who do crimes. And they know that you can never come with them on Facebook because people who shout on Facebook that go and talk in the background. There are many people. And that's why you see, I start blowing the flames in the background before I come. But even when I even blow the flames on the background, you are there in the Amber Peace Plan, Fidelia. You are there. You saw how many times I've been writing in Amber Peace Plan calling for the attention of the people in regards to FACO. Not once, not twice, not thrice. But immediately I voiced it out yesterday on social media. The whole place, everybody said I'm tribalistic. So you see, it has to deal with here. We have to work. And it's the job of all of us, activists. And I thank you, my brother. You are doing a very good job, Fide. So for Wonja, he will reconsider himself after. Yeah, if he's a true patriot, he will reconsider himself after and come back to the field. Leave Wonja. The problem we have to deal is our people. It's our people we have to deal. We have to educate them. Make voice notes. Do all we can to make sure we destroy that French mindset. God bless most of you. Let me leave you now. I think I've been online for a long while. Have a blessed evening. Maybe I'll still come up again so we have a chat.